Hey guys, welcome back to another Gravity Guide. Now, I know it's been a while since I did my last one, so as you saw, I decided to put up a poll on my community page and ask you guys which, Undertale character you wanted me to do next. And also Deltarune as well, but there was only two of them. And surprisingly, the majority of you chose Flowey, and I honestly expected you guys to go for Undyne, but I guess Flowey won, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing Flowey. Now, this shouldn't take long since Flowey is, well, a flower, so it should be a lot easier to draw than the others, but I mean, I can see how people have difficulty drawing it, since people aren't really good at, drawing flowers, especially with his face as well. That's probably going to be kind of hard, mixing it in with flower and face. But anyways, I'll get that into it now, and you can, if you want to, draw along, then I guess you can. But that's what we're going to be doing today. So, yeah, let's get right into that. Now, we're going to be starting with the face first. He doesn't really have a body, but we're going to start with the face and then work down to the stem and then, do color and shading like we usually do. So, let's do that. Alright, so that took a lot longer than I expected it to. I mean, it's been a while since I've drawn Flowey, so that's probably why. But the main thing that people get, wrong about Flowey is, well, not necessarily wrong, but I meant like, people have a hard time drawing, and that's mainly his, petals. Now, most people draw it like it looks like in the game, which is like that. Now, you can draw it like that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You can do that, but it's a lot easier. Well, not a lot easier, but it looks a lot nicer if you draw it like this. The petals going out sideways. Now, what I mainly like to do is, put the first two petals and put them in front of the face. The second two petals are also going to be in front of the face. It depends where he's looking. If he's looking to the side like he is here, then one petal is going to be in front of the face, and one of them is going to be behind it. And then the last two are going to be behind him, so it kind of looks like his face is popping out, which gives it a lot nicer look. Another thing people get, messed up with is his actual face. Now, I understand, because it's kind of hard. It looks kind of hard to draw, but it's actually pretty easy. Now, his eyes, his outline of his eyes are mainly like Sans's, but with these little things on the edge. I don't know how to describe them, so I'll just call them little things like that. And another thing is his mouth. Now, his mouth is pretty easy. Just draw like a watermelon slice, like that, but with like curved edges, going to the sides, curving as well. Remember that, it's not just, like this, it's curving on the edge. And also his teeth as well. Well, I don't really know if they're teeth. His fangs, maybe. They are not out of black, but they're actually, well, an easy way to do it is draw the outline first, with the arcs and stuff, and then get a rubber and draw his fang, into the thing with the rubber. And it's a lot easier to do than just, starting it out from scratch. Now, what we're going to be doing is moving on to the stem. That shouldn't take that long. Then again, I said that about that before, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'm not making any promises. But let's get right into that. Alright, there we go. Now I did the stem, and I also added these two little leaves here. Now I can't exactly remember if he does have leaves next to him in the game, but I decided to add them anyways because I thought they looked cool. And most plants have like these little leaves on the stem or at the bottom of the stem. So I thought it would look a little nicer if I added those in. Now, the stem and the leaves are basically, like I said, the easier part. I also added these little lines to look like, you know, the little roots going into the ground. Now, when I color it, I'm mainly just going to put, you know, color around here. And did not, you know, put outline like that because that's going to look weird. If I do the color, it'll look a lot nicer. There's not much to point out in this level. Just the stem is pretty easy. Just two little lines curving around and going into a... how do I say it? I'll just say curves. Just going into two little lines, curving, and then going to like a slope. That's it, a slope. And then the leaves on the side, obviously very easy. If you can do the petals, and you can obviously do the leaves. So, now we're going to be moving on to the coloring, which is not going to take that long since, you know, it's Flowey and his colors are basic. But, like the others, I'm going to need a sprite because, well, his colors may be simple, but... like I said, I've stated in previous videos, I like to go by the colors mainly in the sprites. I do saturate them a bit because they look nicer like that, but I want to keep it original. So I'm going to have to get a sprite of Flowey. So let's see if we can do that a third time. Oh! I can never get used to that. Okay, there it is. And now I'm going to sample his color and, you know, put it in. But first of all, I'm going to put his colors over here. Actually, no, I don't need to do that since I have the sprite right here. So, yeah, we're going to get into the coloring, and let's do that. Alright, there we go. There's color Flowey. And now we're going to be moving on to the final stage, shading. Now, shading is very important because it makes your picture stand out and it just makes it look a lot nicer. Now, we're going to be doing the shading that I usually do, which is block shading. Now, if you don't know what that is, you can watch my 3 previous videos. Actually, no, my first video, because that's the only video I explain what it is. Because in the previous 2, I say to go to the first video. So if you want to know what that is, you can go to my first video, which is actually my sans tutorial. But if you've already seen it, then you know what block shading is. But if you don't, I'll just mainly sum it up like this. So you basically take, put a line and you fill it in there. Boom. There we go. That's basically it. You just fill in a line where you want the shading to go, and that's block shading. Now, it's called block shading because, it's not like this. Let me show you an example, not like that. Most people expect shading to be like, oh yeah, just put that on the edge, that looks very nice. But block shading is just, well, what it is in the name. It's a block of color that's of a different color of what the original thing is actually made of. I think I've wasted a lot of energy trying to explain what it is. So let's just get straight into the shading and then we should be done. Alright, there we go. There's Flowey. Now, we finished the shading, we finished the coloring, and, well, the picture itself. It's done in its entirety. So, I hope today you've learned how to draw Flowey. Now, I know it may have felt like it's taken a bit, mainly because of the head, and that was what caused me a lot of trouble. Like I said, I haven't drawn Flowey in a while, so I kind of forgot how it looked like, well, how he looked like. So I was adjusting things for a while. But after that, it was pretty straightforward. So, yeah. That's it. That's Flowey. Hopefully this helped you learn how to draw Flowey. And, of course, I hope it helped as well. But if it didn't, and if you weren't drawing along, I just hope that you enjoyed it. So, until next time, see ya! Oh, by the way, before you go, I just want to say, if you like this video, please do consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and also leave a like on the video as well, because that really helps me out, and it also helps me and encourages me to make more content like this, more stuff like that you guys enjoy. So if you can do that, that would be really appreciated. So thank you guys, and until the next gravity guide or next speed paint, I'll see you. Goodbye.